Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden, and thank you for joining me for this short version of our class today. So we're going to begin by lying back and down in Shavasana. I think everybody disappointed when I say you're going to sit up. We are going to begin lying back and down in Shavasana, and today we're just going to think about taking joy and pleasure in our body. So just really enjoy this practice and just enjoy how it feels in your body. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe allow your head to roll gently from side to side and come to rest in the middle. And rotate your arms so the backs of your hands are on the floor, assuming that's comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable, just have your hands down by your sides. And if you want to, you can gently but firmly engage the first finger and thumb into Hasta Mudra. So by doing this, the index finger is associated with the ego in yoga and the thumb is associated with wisdom. So the ego is bowing towards the wisdom of the thumb. So the heel of the right foot's at the right edge of the mat, the heel of the left foot's at the left edge of the mat. And just allow yourself to arrive on your mat. You have set aside this time for your practice. You've made the effort. And this is the hardest thing you're going to have to do. After this, everything's going to be so easy. So just follow your breath as always and allow your breath to help you to settle onto your mat. Feel the delicateness of the air as it enters in through your nostrils, makes its way up to the bridge of the nose, up past towards your third eye, and then finds its way down into your lungs. And from there to your heart. It's such a long journey. You wonder how it ever happens. It's such a miracle. These bodies of ours are such a miracle. And then, of course, on the exhale, everything reverses. And again, maybe in your next exhale, just be aware of that lovely, delicate, soft touch as the carbon dioxide and anything we don't need leaves our nostrils. So just continue to focus on that exchange, that miracle that's happening every day, 24 hours a day, every single minute. This wonderful thing is happening in our bodies. Isn't it just fantastic? And it makes you really realize how good it is to be a human being and how great it is to be alive. So just allow yourself to continue to follow your breath. And now maybe invite your breath to slow down a little bit. Just a little bit of encouragement, no forcing. Just maybe allow the inhales to get a bit longer. And if at all possible, the exhales longer again. Inhale and exhale. And just really appreciate how good it is to be alive. Today, here, now, and on your yoga mat. So now we'll just have a stretch in whatever way feels right for you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes away. Take another breath here, spread your fingers, spread your toes. And then as you exhale, allow everything to soften and relax. And then just bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a wee rock from side to side. And then Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, lift your shoulders and your head off the mat. So try not to let any tension come into your body as you do this. And we're going to do a few more rocks. So we're keeping our head up if possible. And we're going to take our knees to the right and our head to the left, just the tiniest little bit, back through centre, knees left, head right. So of course, don't do this if it doesn't suit you. No matter what we're doing today, and no matter how wonderful we want to feel, you don't do anything that doesn't suit you. So we're not going to do this for very long. One more each side. Nice, slowly, just the tiniest little bit. So we're getting everything warmed up. And then lower your head and shoulders down. And maybe give a few circles with your feet. Maybe a few wee foot flaps. And then from here, we're going to just straighten our legs up towards the ceiling. And you can point your toes away, or you can bring them down towards your face. And just check that your shoulders haven't sort of moved up. I always know to say this because mine love to help me to do all these sorts of things, and I know perfectly well that I don't need them to. And then bring your arms up overhead as well. So arms and hands in line with your shoulders. Take a big inhale, and we're going to do opposite hand and foot to the ground. So wee bit for the head, the brain, as well as for the body. So left foot, right hand, and back, right foot, left hand, and back. So the other foot, whichever foot isn't involved, shouldn't really move. There might be a minuscule movement, but try and always have one foot and one hand pointing up towards the ceiling. So we're going to aim for at least 10 rounds of these. And of course, I'm talking again, and I've no idea how many I've done, but it doesn't feel like 10 yet. Okay, so you might be beginning to feel this in your core, and that's where you should feel it. You shouldn't feel it in your back at all. If you're feeling it in your back, ease off, maybe just do your feet, or do your hands, we bend, or do fewer. So we'll finish off, so we're nice and even, and then bring your knees in towards your chest, and a wee rock. So now we're going to plant the left foot in the ground and cross your right leg over, and then if you have the flexibility, you can tuck the toes in underneath, but you don't need to do this bit. You can just keep your feet like this. Take a big inhale, so arms slightly away from your body. And with control, exhale, drop your knees down towards the left and turn your head and look right. So we're trying to keep this right shoulder nestled down onto the ground. Try not to let it lift off. Maybe bring yourself back a wee bit if you need to stop it from lifting off. Because you need to give yourself time to get into this. So take a couple of breaths here before you start. Don't be fighting with yourself anyway. You only go as far as feels right for you. And then if you want to, you can bring the left foot to the floor. And then you'll maybe move a wee tiny bit more into it. One more breath here. And inhale back to center. We're going to swap legs. So of course you can keep one foot on the floor at all times if you want to. But knees into the chest if you want to work a bit harder, and then with control, take your knees over to the right hand. And now make sure this left shoulder stays nestled down. So you're getting a nice stretch along the left hip, and you're also getting a stretch all down this left side of your body. And already your internal organs are getting a wee massage. You might hear a bit of rumbling and complaining and dear knows what else. One more nice big inhale here, and exhale, and then inhale. Use your core to bring both knees back to center. Undo the cross of your legs, plant both feet down on the mat, and then from here we're going to rock and roll, and we're going to do a rock and roll fact, let's do the rock and roll where we put one foot in the ground this time. This is another wee strong thing, strengthener for your legs. Knees into your chest. Take a big inhale and rock forward and step on one foot and then the other foot. And if you can't manage it, bring your hands to the ground to give you a wee hand. I won't know if you're cheating anyway. So do, I don't know, about 6. And then bring yourself up, sweep your legs to one side and bring yourself into tabletop. My knees are cracking. So knees are below your shoulders. No, they're not. Knees are below your hips. Your wrists are below your shoulders. Oh dear. And we're going to just do a couple of figures of 8. So a wee bit of upper body strength, a little bit of core work. So we're going to take a big inhale. Imagine you're starting at the center of your figure 8 and bring yourself round and across the top of your number 8. And then back down towards the heels and round. We'll do 2 to each side. And try and coordinate it with your breath if you can. And then we'll change direction. So just the tiniest little bit of an upper body strength thing going on here. So you're pressing strongly into the base of the index fingers and thumbs, clawing through all the pads of the fingers. So you're not having any excessive amount of weight on your wrists. And then bring yourself back to center. So maybe take your knees a wee tiny bit further apart. Plant your right hand down, left hand on top, and inhale. Bring the left fingers up towards the ceiling. So you're trying to bring the right ribs forward. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Feel good about it. And then this time we're going to thread the needle, left ear onto the floor, reach forward with the left hand. So come on to cupcake fingers with the right fingers. Try and get your right ear down on the floor. And if this isn't working for you, of course, use a brick or a block and bring the floor up a bit closer to you, okay? So always be prepared, or a blanket's actually nicer. Always use something else to make the pose accessible for you. And then draw that hand back. So we'll do the other side now. So plant the left hand. Same thing again. Inhale, stretching up, left ribs coming forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time we're going to thread the needle to the right side. And again, use your blanket, or if you have your blanket handy, use it and then stretch through with the right finger. So come on to cupcake finger to this and maybe ease yourself through another little bit. Lovely, well done. One more big inhale here. And then press into the left hand and bring yourself back up. So from here we're going to bring your knees in a tiny bit, just so that they're hip width apart. Again, pressing strongly into both hands, fingers well spread. Reach back with your right foot and leg. Have a wee bounce about here. And then turn and look and see if you can see the right heel. And then we're going to step the right heel out to the right. And then we're going to bring it round. Sweep it round. And see if we can see it here at the left. And back to centre. And plant that foot down. Reach back with the left foot and leg. Same thing exactly. reach it out to the side, and then spin it round, right round. Hopefully you haven't got things in the way I have, and see if you can look at your left big toe. So a nice stretch, and gently bring yourself back to center. And then from here, we're going to tuck our toes under and bring yourself into plank. So you're pressing the floor away. Slightly domed back, knees to the floor if you need to, but make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, and you're still, even though you're here, you're still lifting the navel back towards your spine and all the underside of your body back towards your spine, so you're not kind of collapsing like this. So keep everything lifted up. Breathe. Smile. One more big inhale here, and then everybody knees to the floor, toes away, elbows in, and lower yourself down onto your tummy. So take your hands out in front into cupcake fingers, and then we're going to do a version of Cobra. So press into the tops of your feet, and then inhale, lift up, and exhale down. So maybe move your hands back a little bit, maybe not. Keep your hands in front if that suits you. Inhale up, and exhale down. And then if you want to, bring your hands back in line with your shoulders, but we're still keeping them out wide. So we needn't worry about our elbows being tucked in so much here. Inhale up, although we still don't want them to go out. And exhale down. And then we're going to press into your hands, tuck our toes under, and bring yourself up into downward facing dog. So of course, come up through tabletop if that suits you, and walk your dog. And then from here, once we've walked our dog a bit, come into your static dog. So lift your sit bones up really high, shoulders away from your ears, pressing strongly into the base of the index finger and thumb, navel back towards your spine. Lovely. Don't worry about getting your heels down. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And then look forward. Take the weight onto your left foot and step your right foot forward. So you can keep your knee in the floor, back knee in the floor, or you can have it lifted. Bring your right hand to the big toe side of the right foot. And then from here, we're going to inhale up and exhale down. So keep pressing into the heel of the back foot. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Then we'll frame the front foot with the hands. Press into the toes of the back foot and bring yourself back into down dog. And we'll do the other side. Left leg up, look forward, step it through. Left hand to the inside. So again, right knee to the floor, or press into the heel of the back foot. And then inhale up. So already a wee bit of a balancing challenge. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then from here we're going to frame the front foot again, press into the toes of the back foot, and bring yourself back into down dog. So we're just going to make our dog a bit shorter, if that makes sense. Walk your feet in about the length of a foot, and we're just going to do a wee twist while we're here. So you're going to bend the right leg deeply as you turn and look under the left arm. So feel a good stretch all down the left side of your body. And then swap sides. Bend the left leg deeply and turn and look under the right arm. So both arms pressing firmly into the mat. And then back to center. And then from here we're going to see if you can reach back and take hold of your left leg with your right arm. So you might take hold of your ankle, your calf, wherever you can reach. And again, this time we're going to use this as leverage to make our twist a little deeper. So again, you can bend your right knee, but try and keep this other leg straight. And then release that back to center, plant the right hand down. Swap sides. Take hold of your right leg wherever you can. You can bend this leg if you need to. Keep pressing the floor away, strong arms. One more breath here. And then bring yourself back into down dog. And again, step back into your full length dog. Give it a wee walk. And then from here, we're going to come down onto our knees. So we're going to sit back on our heels or on your toes. So you don't actually have to sit on your toes if you don't want to, but we're not going to be staying here. This is just going to be our little leg strengthening thing, or getting up and getting down thing, the way we did. Well, if you did some of the other class we did. So we're really thinking about strong legs. So you can do it from here, if you like. See if you can get up and down without using your hands, which is not what I did there now. This is what we want to do, okay? Or you can do it from here. Like this. So you choose whatever way you want to do it and challenge yourself. See, maybe today if you do 3, maybe tomorrow you do 4, whatever. But you don't really have to do that. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves to the front edge of our mat. Swing your arms up. Reach up, look up between your hands, fold forward and down into Uttanasana. And just have a wee rock from side to side. And then inhale into your flat back. So hands to your shins or to your thighs. Draw your shoulders back, heart center coming through. Big inhale. And exhale, fold forward and down. So we're going to come up into our flat back one more time. Inhale, hands to shins or to your thighs. And this time when we're here, we're going to bend our knees deeply as if we're going to sit down in our imaginary chair. In fact, we are going to sit in our imaginary chair. Didn't make sense at all. So navel and pubic bone lifted up and back. Sit bones going down towards the floor. Look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes. Hands to your heart, your hips, hands back. But if your arms up here and you're like this, please bring your hands down. We want nice flat back. And this is strong. Big inhale here. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Inhale up. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Inhale up. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Hands to your heart center or left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Big inhale and exhale, turn to the right. Left elbow onto the right, outside the edge of the right thigh. And breathe. Inhale back to center. Either right hand over or hands in Namaste. Watch your right knee doesn't go forward. This is where you can use your block to squeeze between your thighs to make sure it doesn't go forward. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Bring yourself forward again into Uttanasana 1. And then big inhale, press into all 4 corners of your feet. Bring yourself up. Bring your hands together. Hands down to your heart center. Big inhale. And exhale. And then gently release your hands. So we're going to do just another little bit of balancing. So I'm getting a wee bit obsessed isn't the right word, but I'm thinking about balance quite a lot. So we're just going to come up onto our tiptoes and down. And now we're going to add in our arms. Inhale up and exhale down. We'll do one more. Inhale up, exhale down. And the next one we're going to see if we can go the whole way down to the floor. Inhale up, breathe here, and exhale nice and slowly with control. Bring your hands down. My control isn't good today. Try and stay on your tippy toes. Sometimes your balance is good. Today isn't obviously a good day for me. And we're back down onto our feet. So wee bit of balance here. So see if you can leave go of the floor. Lift your heart center up and maybe hands together in Anjali Mudra. Shoulders away from your ears. One more breath here. And then press strongly into both feet and bring yourself up. Well done. So we're just going to do, we did the legs of Garudasana earlier on, eagle legs. So we're going to do legs and arms now, okay? So we've warmed our shoulders up quite well. So just to remind you, we're going to bring both arms out in front. We're going to we'll do this first. Put the heel of the right elbow into the crease of the left arm. Backs of your hands together, maybe palms together. And if that's not for you, just give yourself a hug. And then the same on the other side. So exactly the same, backs of your hands together, if that's enough, palms together. We want the elbows really in line with the shoulders or a hug. So your choice. So we're going to take the weight onto our left foot and leg, gradually reduce contact with your right foot, bend the left leg as deeply as you want to, it makes it easier. So we did this earlier, cross the right leg over. Watch that when you do that, if you tuck your toes in, you're not starting to face that direction. Bring yourself back to center if you can, both hips facing forwards. Your right leg's on top, so you're going to have your left arm on top. So the heel of the elbow of the left arm into the crease of the right arm and lift your elbows up if you can. And breathe and maybe sink a little bit lower. Tell yourself, I'm strong, my body is wonderful, I am enough. One more breath, whoops, and come out a little more graciously than I did. Or gratefully, graciously is what I meant, okay. So bend your right knee deeply this time. Sorry, we'll do the arms first, no, we'll do the legs first. Right knee deeply, cross the left leg over, keep the toes on the floor if you need to, or go to a wall. So your left leg's on top, get the hips facing forward again. Right arm comes into the crease of the left leg. Lift your elbows up. Wobbling's fine. And breathe. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Keep lifting your elbows up and hands away from your face. And smile. One more breath here. Release your hands and release your legs. And then from here, we're just going to make our way down onto our mats. So I'm not asking you to sit down any special way, just whatever way feels right for you. And then from here, we're just going to do a wee twist. So bring your right leg in, give it a good hug, and then take your left hand in behind, lift up, and begin to turn towards the left. So keep the toes of the left foot pointing towards your face. So lifting up before you think of turning, the more lift you have, the more space you have to turn. One more breath. And exhale gently. Bring yourself back to center and release your right leg. Left leg in. So again, give it a nice squeeze. Bring your right hand in behind so you're not kind of slouching down. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, just turn as far as feels right for you round to the right. But keep pressing into the right hand so that you've got nice length. The more length you have, the more room there is to turn. One more breath. And then nice and gently bring yourself back to center. Release your left leg. And from here, we're just going to unroll nice and slowly down onto your mat. Take your feet out the full width of your mat. If you want to, bend your knees and have the knees rolling in. It's quite a nice way. Arms down either side of your body. Tuck your shoulders under. Backs of the hands on the floor. Take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. And a nice, whispery, soft exhale. Just continue to follow your breath. And just tell yourself, I am grateful for my wonderful body. I enjoy my body. My body is good to me. I am enough. I am fine. I am perfect just the way I am. Completely perfect in my imperfection. And again, bring yourself back to that lovely, whispery, delicate breath that we paid attention to at the beginning, where we are aware of the air entering our nostrils, where that miracle that is your body begins its job. Takes the oxygen out, gets it into your lungs, or the oxygen comes out in your lungs. But it knows to extract the oxygen from the air. It knows to get rid of the bits it doesn't need. It knows to exchange the air we've used for new air. It is a miracle. You are a miracle. Tell yourself, I am a miracle. So continue to follow your breath for a couple more rounds, or for as long as you have time. So ideally, you want to stay here, allowing your body to assimilate the practice today. Stay for as long as you have time, maybe another 5 minutes or so would be ideal. But otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye now. So if you want to bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra at your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for this short practice. I really appreciate the fact that you keep signing in and keep following me. It really overwhelms me at times, so thank you so much. May all beings be free from fear and harm. May we all be happy. May we all be at peace with whatever comes. Namaste.